Good morning, students. Now, today we are going to move forward with our next topic, that is the concept of consumer equilibrium. Okay, so what is consumer equilibrium? The consumer equilibrium refers to a situation when a consumer gets maximum satisfaction out of his given income, when he has no tendency to make any change in his existing expenditure. In other words, a consumer is in equilibrium when he regards his actual behavior as the best possible under the circumstances and feels no necessity to change his behavior as long as circumstances remain unchanged. Now, this consumer equilibrium is a situation, in simple words, I'm telling you, it is a situation where a consumer maximizes his level of satisfaction within a given level of income and a given set of goods which here he is going to spend that money upon. Like here, if you say that if a consumer is having 1,000 rupees with him and he is going to spend that money, so definitely there will be a basket of goods on which he is going to spend the money. So he will give priority to the different goods according to his need, and under not any kind of circumstances, if the circumstances are unchanged, means all the circumstances are not changing, so he is not going to change that basket of goods, because he is spending money according to the satisfaction level. So he is spending the uh, money on the goods according to the priorities, like first priority, second priority, and third priority. So here, when he is spending, definitely the first priority or spending amount of money on the good which he needs the most, or which provide him the highest level of satisfaction. And similarly, then the other part of income will be spent on the second priority, which is having least importance than the first priority. Now the consumer is in equilibrium when his given income, means income will be constant here, and the prices, market prices, he plans the expenditure of goods and services in such a manner that he leads to or maximizes his total satisfaction. So according to the market prices, he is spending his money and he is achieving his level of satisfaction. Now here the assumptions are there. First assumption is rational consumer. Consumer is assumed to be rational. A rational consumer is the one who wants to get maximum satisfaction out of his given income. So rational consumer is the one who is intelligent and he knows how to spend the money, what are the priorities of his family, and according to which pattern they should spend their money. Like in your family, if your father is bringing 10,000 rupees salary, so what will the first priority? Here definitely your ration or food articles which you consume for eating purpose will be the first priority. Okay, so that is the rational decision. So consumer should be rational. Here they are not talking about a mad person who don't know how to spend the money. Here the second assumption will be cardinal utility. The utility of every commodity can be measured in numbers such as 1, 2, 3, 4. So here the second assumption that we are going to measure the satisfaction level in the form of number, and this number will be called as cardinal number. The third one is independent utility. Here it is assumed that the utility that a consumer gets from the commodity depends on the quantity of that very commodity alone. It is not affected by the consumption of another good. So here there will be some quantity which will be consuming, and it will not be affected by the consumption of other good. So there will be only one commodity. Suppose if a consumer is there, he is drinking a cup of tea, and we are trying to do analysis on the basis of that one particular commodity. So we are not going to talk about some other commodity. If you are talking about commodity X, so we'll talk only about that X commodity, not Y. Now the last one is marginal utility of money. Marginal utility of money, or MUM, is the thing when you spend 1 rupees in the market, suppose, then it gives you some level of satisfaction. Okay, so every rupee which you spend in the market gives you some utils. because you spend this money on purchasing goods and services. So here this MUM will be constant and it is assumed that it will not change. So it provide utils, some utils level of satisfaction. Suppose you are spending money on something and we assume that 1 rupees is giving you 1 rupee is giving you 2 utils of satisfaction. Then this 2 util will be constant. It is not going to change. So here it is assumed that money measures the marginal utility of a commodity. As such, it owns marginal utility should remain constant so as to serve as an ideal measure. Okay, so we will this so simply by keeping this as constant, we will be able to calculate the marginal utility of any product given to the consumer, and we can also find out that at which point the consumer will attain the maximum level of satisfaction. Now here margin utility analysis will be there and consumer equilibrium. So how this MU analysis or marginal utility analysis is done and the consumer equilibrium we are going to discuss over here. Now we address the basic question of this chapter: how much a commodity a consumer should buy, and then he maximizes his satisfaction and attains the point of equilibrium. So here there are two approaches: one commodity approach and two commodity. Here in one commodity approach we can say that the consumer is spending his income on one commodity and he attains his level of satisfaction or attains level of equilibrium. Then we will be learning about the two commodity case, or where he will be spending on the two different type of commodities. So how he will achieve his equilibrium in this case of two or more commodity. Now it always a question that when a consumer will achieve the point of equilibrium. As we have discussed earlier, suppose a person is having a given level of income. Suppose there is a person who is drinking a cup of tea. So definitely when the cup of tea will be drank by him, he will be spending some amount of money. Okay, so that some amount of money which he is going to spend on some good definitely going to give him some utility. So here we'll be understanding about that utility which he'll be getting at that point of time. And because we have also learnt about the law of diminishing marginal utility, we know that as he continuously spent that 5 rupees, suppose on tea he is spending, so for the first cup he will spend 5 rupees, second cup he will be spending 5 rupees, third cup he will be spending 5 rupees. This is how he is going to spend. And we are also going to measure that by spending 5 rupees how much marginal utility that he is deriving out of that 1 rupee. So here we are going to do analysis and we are going to compare money with money. Like suppose you spent 5 rupees, but the satisfaction in cardinal numbers you received of 10 utils. Then we can say that by spending 5 rupees you got the money level or money worth of satisfaction of 10 utils. So it is more than the amount which you are spending in the market. So here we can say that you are in surplus. So all this thing analysis part we are going to do later on. Here we can say that simply how the consumer spend the income to get his maximum level of satisfaction. So what will be the pattern and at what time he is going to consume, like first unit, second unit, third unit, fourth unit. So when this consumer is going to stop, we are going to look that as well by the help of a schedule. Now here the consumer equilibrium, one commodity case is there. So the purchase of a commodity by a consumer depend on three factors. So when the consumer will spend his money or he wants to achieve his equilibrium, which is nothing but maximum level of satisfaction, he is going to look at the price of the commodity which is consuming, then marginal utility of commodity, that is the utility which we used to calculate on total utility. Remember, when we were doing the first and second part of this chapter, we learned to calculate total utility and marginal utility. So here we will be focusing on marginal utility derived of that out of that commodity. Now the third one will be MUM, marginal utility of money. So when you spend 1 rupees in the market, so we are going to find out that how much utils it provided to you, and that utils which will be provided, that will be the worth of satisfaction. Like two utils, if you are spending 1 rupee, you are getting two utils, so it will be, so it will be the money worth of satisfaction at that point of time, and it is going to remain constant, it will not be changing. Now here the definition of the MUM is given, marginal utility of money is given. So what is it? It is a money, marginal utility of money refers to the worth of a rupee to a consumer. Now what is worth of a rupee? A consumer defined it in terms of utility that he derives from a standard basket of goods that he can buy with a rupee. Example, if a rupee can buy 100 gram of sugar, 100 gram, 500 gram of rice and 500 gram of salt, which represent a standard basket of the goods to a consumer, and if the total utility from these goods is say 4 utils, okay, so on spending upon all these items, how much utils he is getting? 4 utils. By spending 1 rupee he is purchasing all these items and he is getting 4 utils of satisfaction to the consumer. Then 4 is to be taken as MUM. So this 4 will be taken as marginal utility of money. It will be assumed as that when he is spending 1 rupee in the market, then he get the 4 utils of satisfactions. Now this will be a standard reference. According to it, it will be constant in the schedule, as we are going to look at the schedule now. So it will be constant, it is not going to change. Whenever he is buying any commodity, buying a unit or commodity X for the rupee would mean that the consumer expects 4 units of utility from the consumption of commodity X. So every time he is going to spend rupee, we are going to expect that at least 4 utils he is going to derive by spending 1 rupee in the market. Thus the MUM or marginal utility of money becomes a measuring rod for the rupee worth of satisfaction. So this tells us about the rupee worth of satisfaction. Now let's move forward. So here we'll read, let's marginal utility of the money of the consumer is 2 utils. So this MUM, it is going to be 2 here. Okay. Now this is 2 utils. So we will assume here that 1 rupees is spending and he will be getting 2 utils of satisfaction, and this will be constant. Constant means this value is not going to change. Now let X be the commodity he intends to buy. Now name is not given. Suppose X is the commodity which is going to purchase. Who? Consumer. Now let Px, the price of the X, is equal to rupees 4 per unit. Now the price of this X good is going to be 4 here. Now marginal utility schedule for X to be made like this. Now here they have not written the total utility. Okay. So TU is not here. They have just directly taken marginal utility of uh, of that commodity directly. But I told you that total utility is nothing but it is the summation or the total of marginal utility. So if you want to take out this total utility over here, there's no need actually, but I'm just telling you that you can take it out. So just that at first unit how much MUX it is there, 20 will come here, 20 will come here, and when you will add this 20 and 18, so it will be 38. So right, you can write 38 over here. So this is how you can do the total and you can get the total utility, but right now there is no need to do it. You are directly here taking MUX, okay, marginal utility. If TU is been given here, then you can easily take out this. But here what is happening? directly the marginal utility is taken. So as you can see here, when the first unit of commodity is consumed, the utility was 20, then second was consumed, so utility was 18, at third it becomes 16, at fourth it become 8, at fifth it becomes 0, and at sixth it become minus 5. So we know this, as we consume more and more units of commodity, what happens? Our marginal utility derived, or the satisfaction which we derived by spending money, we are going to get lesser and lesser level of satisfaction. So your MUX is going to decrease. Now what is this 2018? These are utilities or utils. Okay, so this utils is nothing but it is just a cardinal number which measures or tells us about the satisfaction. So here you can see at the first unit the consumer was getting 20, but at the second he is getting just 18. So this shows that here the law of diminishing marginal utility applies. Okay, now here the 1 rupee will be spent, so 2 utils you are going to get, and this will be constant. So he can express MX in terms of rupees. So here, in order to convert this MUX in term of money, what we need to do? So this thing is given here like 20, 18, 16. So where was this? This is the same example, this one here. So here they have copied down the same example. Now, how to calculate this? This is the marginal utility. Okay, simply by consuming this commodity, you're getting marginal utility over here. Now, you have to calculate MU in terms of rupee. So, marginal utility in terms of money, you have to calculate here. So, how to calculate this MU in the terms of money? Actually you will have to convert this MUX in terms of money. So what here you're going to do, you're going to do this thing, you're going to divide MUX, which is this, okay, divided by the marginal utility of money, which is MUM. So what are you going to get? If you are MUM, marginal utility of money, here is 2 utils, so we are going to divide these values by 2. Okay, so if 20, this 20 is divided by 2, what is going to come? 10 is going to come. If you are going to divide 18 by 2, 9 is going to come. If you are going to divide 16 by 2, 8 is going to come. If you are going to divide this 8 by 2, 4 will come. 0 will be 0. And minus 5, if you are going to divide it by these 2 utils, you are going to get minus 2.5. So here you can see that you have converted this MUX, the marginal utility, into marginal utility in terms of money. And now here we know that what is the price of the goods. So if you write here one more column, PX, PX here, or let me tell you that PX is nothing but the price of the X good. What was the price of the X good here? It was 4 rupees. Now this PX is to be constant. So we are going to calculate this, that at what time or at what consumption of unit your MUX in term of money, that MUX in term of money, in terms of money is equal to PX here. So this is the condition of the first commodity case or one commodity case, because here you are consuming just one good, that is X good. So here you already calculate MU, marginal utility, in terms of rupee or in terms of money. Okay, so you got these numbers 9, 10, 9, 8, 4, 0, minus 2.5. So we are going to keep just write this 4 rupees here everywhere, because your price is not going to change, it is also constant, because every time what we were doing, we were spending that amount of money, 4 rupees, 4 rupees, 4 rupees, and here also 4 rupees last. Yeah, Now let us understand. So here we can say, now we got this px value. So these 4 rupees are the prices, 4 rupees everywhere, these are the prices which you are paying, and here these are converted, this marginal utility is converted into mu in terms of money. So it is like you are comparing how much amount of money you are spending. Okay, here amount of money which you are spending, actual money, 4 rupees you are spending every time. All this 4 rupees spending here is the actual money, and this is the level of satisfaction here which you are getting. So here let us look at the first case. When the first unit of commodities is purchased, what is the condition? Now here let me write it again. Now this is a px. Every time you're spending 4 rupees here, like 4 4 4, here also 4 4 and 4. Every time you're spending 4 rupees over here. Okay, now what we have to do over here is very simple. You are spending 4 rupees. Okay, now how much, by spending 4 rupees, how much level of satisfaction you are getting here? 10 rupees. Means you are spending 4 rupees, but the satisfaction in terms of rupees which you are getting is 10. So if you are paying 4 rupees in the market, but you are getting the satisfaction which is equal to 10 rupees, you are in surplus, you are getting more satisfaction. Okay, it is just like you want to go to somewhere, some place, and you want to hire a auto rickshaw, and that auto rickshaw is telling you that you will have to pay 100 rupees. Okay, but you were ready to give even 200 rupees. Okay, so how much you are ready to give here? 200 rupees, but the auto rickshaw was asking only 100 rupees. So here you can see that you were ready to pay 200, but this auto rickshaw told you only 100 rupees. So you are here in surplus, because the amount which you are spending is very less over here. So same case is here. Here you are spending 4 rupees, but you are getting satisfaction of 10, which is higher. So here just your mux, here mux, margin utility in terms of money, mux is greater here than the price which you are paying here. Okay, so you are in surplus in the case of when the first unit was consumed. Now when the second unit was consumed, what is the condition? You paid 4 rupees again, and the satisfaction you get is 9. So again you can see the money value of satisfaction is 9, which is higher than 4. So again this mux is greater than px here. Okay, so here again higher. Now here again you paid 4 for the third commodity, and still you are getting 8. So 8 is greater than 4, which means here also you are in surplus. Now when you consume the fourth unit, what is happening? It is giving you the fourth unit, so still you are getting no excess here, because here 4 and 4 are equal, but still there is no loss and no profit. So here no profit is there, you are getting equal. Suppose you are paying 4 rupees and you are getting satisfaction of 4 rupees, so here you are standing at equal, so you are also not having any kind of loss. So here we can see this price x is 4 every time we were paying 4 rupees. I hope this concept is clear. So where the commodity, like here, which is the case where mux means marginal utility in terms of money. Okay, this marginal utility in terms of money, or you can write it as not x, this mux marginal utility of x good is equal to px, means the price which you are paying. So here you can see, here you're paying 4 rupees, you're getting 10, you're paying 4 rupees, you're getting 9. So every time you're getting 9, 8, 10, which are higher than this 4. So here you can say that you are in surplus, and mux was greater than px here. So what the condition we want for consumer level, this consumer satisfaction level of equilibrium in one commodity case. So it will be the condition like here, when you're getting 4 by spending 4. So here you can say this mux is becoming equal to px. Okay, what are you say, what am I saying here? Here this mux, margin utility in terms of x, is equal to px at this level. Which level? Here. Every time you are paying 4 here, remember this thing. Every time you're paying is 4 rupees here. So simply we can say here that after this what happened, even if you are going to consume the fifth unit, what will be the condition? You are going to pay 4 rupees, but here look at this, it is 0, means you will be paying 4 and you are not getting any kind of rupee satisfaction. So your MUX in term of money will be 0 over here. So this fifth unit if you are going to consume, it will lead you to the satisfaction. So here the consumer will stop consuming after fourth unit. The consumer is not going to stop consume any kind of unit after this fourth unit. So first cup of tea he will take, second cup he will take, third cup he will take, fourth cup even also he is going to take, because here in fourth cup he is getting MUX in term of money, it is just equal to PX. So this is PX, which is price which you are paying in the market. So here at the fourth unit, here MUX is equal to PX, or MUX in terms of money is equal to PX. So here you're comparing money with money. Here you converted MUX in terms of money. Now here you're just comparing MUX in terms of money with the PX, which is the price of the commodity. So here also you're talking about money. This is also just like money. You have converted marginal utility in terms of money. So by comparing, we can say that after the fourth unit, the consumer will not buy any kind of commodity, because he already achieved or maximized his satisfaction. This entire thing here is very important, and this is called as the one commodity case of consumer equilibrium. So this is the entire table which I have just drawn. So here the columns will be of this commodity units 1 2 3 4 5. Then MUX, it will be based on law of diminishing marginal utility. Here you can see 20 18 16. So it is marginal utility here is decreasing. Okay, so this follows the law of diminishing marginal utility. So make sure you don't write anything like 20 18, then you are writing again 20. No, it should fall 20 18 16 8 0 minus 5. Okay, now here you are going to divide this MUX by what? By this marginal utility of money. So here it was 2, so I divided these all these values by 2. So we got MUX in term of money, marginal utility in term of money, like 10 9 8 4 0 minus 2.5. And then you'll lastly you'll make the column of PX, the price which you are paying in the market, which will be 4 every time. So this thing is constant, price will be constant, don't change the price here. Okay, remember, this is the thing which you have to write exactly this thing in one commodity case. Okay, and you will have to explain just like I explained here. So make sure write it in a copy. So I'm going to see you in the next class, next lecture. So till then, thank you.